Beach FM, locals talking to locals.
She's local. She's Gail Hall from Otaki, all the way down. She left yesterday to get here, but that's beside the point. Good morning, Gail.
Good morning, Nigel.
Yeah,
yes, I took off my skis and down I came.
Yeah, a lovely view of snow on the hills.
Absolutely beautiful. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yes, you get a lovely sight up there, don't you?
Lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it'll
lovely.
keep the temperatures down a wee bit in Otaki.
Well, yes. Yeah. I like looking at it, Nigel,
yes.
but I don't like being in it.
No.
I went to see the Divine Order.
Divine Order?
Yes. Yes.
Tell us. What's
now,
it like?
The Divine Order, it's set in a small alpine village in Switzerland, so this movie has got subtitles, but of course we don't worry about that because you can still follow the movie. Now, Nigel, this is rather good timing this year because with this movie, because New Zealand is celebrating 125 years of the suffrage movement, and the woman got the vote for the first time in November 1893, and in complete contrast to this movie that I saw, The Divine Order, it was in 1971 they won the Battle of Suffrage. Now, if you're thinking of 1971, is it that long ago?
It is a fair way ago, isn't it?
Well, 40-odd years ago, in comparison to New Zealand. But anyway, and of course...
48 years ago.
Pardon?
48
48. Good arithmetic.
Roundabout there.
Do you call it arithmetic now? Maths.
I better make it 47 if you want to be as exact. Yeah.
But anyway, and until 1985, a man could actually prevent his wife from working by law.
Is that right?
So that was interesting. Yeah, that was interesting because that was part of the movie too, as I'll tell you shortly. Now, the part of Nora was played by Maria Leuenberger, and her husband Ben was played by Max Simonschek. Now, I hope I've got that pronounced rightly. But the small village, we're talking about snow, but the scenery in this particular movie is amazing. A small village in Switzerland.
Do you know the name of the village?
No, I don't actually.
Right.
I didn't catch the name of the village. Why, have you probably been there, Nigel?
I have, and part of the family is the Swissy side. So,
is that right? Yeah. Well, it was the scenery was absolutely stunning. So it was a good opening to the movie. And of course, we see Nora and Ben living there in a little house with their two sons and their father-in-law. And you would think, yes, that's a very happy little life, so it seems, but the father-in-law lives with him, and he is from old school.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll add a little bit more about that. He disrupts the family dynamics with his attitude towards women, and not as well as Nora, expected to run after the men. He just sits around the house and lifts his feet when she vacuums underneath it. Virtually, quite a disruptive to the whole dynamics of the family.
I can't see anything wrong with that, Gail. I'm all for it.
Now, Nigel, looking at you, I wouldn't have thought that. Anyway, because the children have grown, sort of into that little age group where a woman can go out to work, Nora decides her husband goes away, Ben, for 2 weeks, and she sees an advertisement in the paper for a job vacancy, and she sort of feels now that she would like to do something rather than the monotony of, everyday housework and things like that. So she cuts out the advert, and while her husband's away, she actually goes to looks up about this job and actually applies for it. Without her husband's knowledge. But in the meantime, too, I think she's sort of starting to feel a little bit oppressed, too, as well.
Guilty.
Guilt. What, is that what you call it? Guilty?
She might feel guilty because that's not the standard to do over there.
No, well, it wasn't at that time. No. So she actually got together a small group of women, and they decided that, their lives should change.
Yes.
And of course that they were three of them actually, the three that I'll focus on, and they were all good actors in this. I thought it was a very natural film. You could almost think it was happening next door in your own home,
right.
Sort of into a house next door. They were very good. But anyway, to carry on with this, she decides to run a meeting and to see if she can get any support with women who will want to change things and get women the vote, because they couldn't vote, of course, at that time. So she tries to get about. But a lot of the women in the village are also downtrodden by their husbands, and they're too scared to speak up. But anyway, she does call a meeting, and she's got posters of herself all over the little village and everything about this meeting. And her husband comes home and sees all these posters around the village, and absolutely not in a rage, but it's just not happening, he
right.
doesn't want it to happen.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, and as we go on, she sort of starts to change herself, like she gets a nice sort of swept up hairstyle, and she changes her clothes instead of wearing her hair back and all this sort of thing, sort of starting to break out a bit from being downtrodden. Right. So anyway, we go when they went to book the hall. The three ladies went and booked the hall, and the man that was taking the booking, when he found out what it was, he said, "Women must stay quiet. It's in the Bible." And one of the women must have known about one of his indiscrepancies, and she said, "So is adultery. That's in the Bible too." Needless to say, they got the hall.
Yes.
So after that little comment.
Yeah, fair enough too.
And I think just in the end, it was just a continual battle of getting the women together and encouraging the men to vote so that they could say, yes, the woman could vote. So quite a bit of humour in this too, but I won't go into that because you can pick up the humour yourself. Yeah, exactly.
All right. So are men going to enjoy this film, or is it a woman's film?
Well, no. There was about 3 or 4 men. No, I think men should go to it, actually. Yes. Yeah, no. It's
You think we should go to it?
Yes, I think you should. Yeah.
It's too late. It's happening here in New Zealand for years, isn't it?
Well, I think and actually New Zealand was mentioned when she was talking about people who already had the vote. She actually mentioned New Zealand.
Yeah.
So
we were the first in the world, weren't we?
Yeah. Oh, well, 1893?
Right.
So probably, getting close to it among other countries as well. But I think it's quite timely, this movie.
Good.
So I think people should go and see it, and they might understand what the suffragettes went through and the movement itself.
Excellent.
And, and all in all, it's a success story, of course, because that's what happened.
And the scenery's good?
The scenery is amazing.
Yeah, it's a beautiful country.
It's a beautiful place, yes.
Yep.
And so I thoroughly enjoyed it, actually, and I took a few people along with me.
Yes.
And they really enjoyed it too, and there was 2 men amongst that, Nigel.
Wow. Okay. Goodness go, Gail. I'll be put in place. No, I agree.
And I've just brought the pamphlet along, Nigel, so you can have a little read up about it.
Yes.
And,
Excellent. All right. So that's on now, is it? Obviously.
Yes, it's on now. Yes. It's. I think it runs for quite a while, actually. It's running at least, I think, for the next couple of weeks anyway. Yeah.
Best Foreign Language Film 2018 Academy Awards.
Yes, so it is.
Winner of the Audience Award Best Feature, Festival 2017. So it's got some awards, all right. So,
yeah. Well, I might add in the end, actually, Nigel, the father-in-law and the husband changed their attitude towards women, and in the end, you do see the father-in-law actually washing the dishes. So, I mean, that's quite a thing.
I can't go and see that film. Gail, no, it's very good. Thanks very much for that, and we'll see you in a couple of weeks' time, or 3 weeks' time, I should imagine.
Yes, you will. Yeah.
Good on you.
Okay, thank you,
Gail
Nigel.
Hall with her review of the film Divine Order.
106.3 Beach FM.